Before you dive in, hit that like button, drop a comment with your wildest theory, and subscribe for more insider updates, because what you're about to read might change how you hear music tonight. The first clue arrived like a flicker of lightning across a dark Seoul sky, a single blurred photo on Suga's private social account, a studio microphone glowing under soft light. No caption, just an ellipsis. Within minutes, the post vanished. But not before sharp-eyed fans had captured it, igniting a storm of speculation. Who was with him? Why the sudden silence? Was it an accident, or a calculated tease? Hours later, whispers turned to a deafening roar. An anonymous producer leaked a few coded words, two worlds collide. The beat will never sound the same. Suddenly every corner of the K-pop fandom pulsed with electricity. Could Suga, the meticulous BTS rapper-producer known for guarding his creative process, be plotting something audacious enough to redefine an entire genre? The answer came when least expected. In a press conference streamed worldwide, Suga appeared in a minimalist black suit, eyes calm but charged with purpose. He let the cameras click, the murmurs build, before leaning toward the microphone. Music, he said quietly, is bigger than borders. It is the place where surprise lives. Then the stage lights flared, and an unexpected figure stepped from the shadows. Gasps ricocheted through the room and across countless live feeds. This wasn't another K-pop idol. This was a groundbreaking artist from a completely different musical universe, someone whose sound had never brushed against the polished edges of Korean pop. For a heartbeat the world stood still. Then the chat streams exploded. 10 seconds of teaser audio dropped moments later, a haunting piano progression under Suga's incisive flow, pierced by a voice no fan had imagined sharing the track with him. The sample ended on a sudden, aching silence, leaving millions of listeners staring at their screens, hungry for more. Hashtags detonated into worldwide trends, streaming services scrambled to prepare, critics, stunned, reached for words. This isn't just a collaboration, one veteran music journalist wrote within the hour. It's a tectonic shift. Some praised the genius of pairing two seemingly incompatible styles, others warned of backlash from fans protective of K-pop's traditions. Yet even skeptics admitted they couldn't stop replaying that 10-second clip. Fan emotion surged between awe and anxiety. "I feel like he just opened a new universe," one tweet read, racking up thousands of likes. Another worried, "Is the industry ready for this? Are we ready?" Community forums buzzed with theories about how the song would sound, how live performances might unfold, and whether this was only the first step in a larger artistic revolution. Suga, of course, has always thrived on the unexpected. His solo projects already proved his ability to weave vulnerability and ferocity into music that defies easy labels. But this partnership raises the stakes higher than ever. Behind the calm he showed on stage lies a history of creative risk, the long nights in underground studios before BTS fame, the candid battles with personal doubt, the relentless drive to push every boundary of production. During the announcement he allowed a glimpse of that inner fire. "I know some of you may question this," he said, voice steady but eyes bright. "But music is not a cage. It's a journey. And a journey is nothing without the path you least expect." The room held its breath, the weight of his words echoing far beyond the press hall. Industry insiders speculate the full track could fuse Suga's razor-edged rap with experimental electronic textures and the collaborators' raw, genre-bending vocals. If early reactions are any clue, it may usher K-pop into uncharted territory, something closer to a global sonic language than a single nation's pop export. Pre-orders for the single smashed records within hours. Streaming platforms quietly braced for historic launch numbers. Concert promoters whispered about the possibility of a joint tour. Yet amid the frenzy, the core question remains: will this daring leap be celebrated as visionary, or spark a backlash strong enough to test even Suga's legendary resolve? For now, anticipation crackles like static before a thunderstorm. Every second of silence heightens the tension. Every breathless fan theory adds fuel to the blaze. And Suga, true to form, remains a step ahead, smiling slightly as if he already hears the future. The night after the announcement, Seoul's neon glow seemed to pulse in rhythm with the buzz surrounding Suga's revelation. Cafes stayed open past midnight as fans huddled over glowing screens, replaying every second of the teaser. Across oceans, in New York, London, Sao Paulo, and Jakarta, people gathered online for improvised listening parties, dissecting the piano progression, the fleeting echo of that mysterious second voice, and the subtle grin Suga flashed before the lights went down. One fan described the atmosphere perfectly: "It feels like we're waiting for an eclipse. You know it's coming, you don't know exactly when, and you can't stop staring at the sky." Behind closed studio doors, however, the atmosphere was anything but idle anticipation. Insiders whispered about marathon recording sessions that stretched past dawn. Engineers reportedly experimented with analog tape to capture a warmth that digital equipment could not replicate. "It's the kind of session where you lose track of time," said a technician who requested anonymity. Suga listens with his whole body. If a sound isn't perfect, he'll chase it for hours. Meanwhile, the collaborator, still officially unnamed, was rumored to have flown in under heavy security, slipping through Incheon International Airport behind tinted glass. Paparazzi captured only a fleeting image of a leather jacket and a half-hidden profile, which fans quickly turned into 1,000 speculative memes. Was it a legendary rock guitarist? A boundary-pushing jazz vocalist? Or the avant-garde producer whose cryptic tweets about melting genres had surfaced the night before? Music journalists flooded their columns with analysis. One essay in a prominent cultural magazine argued that Suga's move signaled a post-genre future, where Korean pop might become the centerpiece of a truly global soundscape. Another writer countered that such optimism overlooked the emotional stakes. Suga isn't just experimenting with sonics, he's risking the trust of millions who see in him a voice for their own struggles. That trust is a fragile currency. Fans wrestled with the same duality, excitement intertwined with apprehension. In Jakarta, a group of devoted listeners organized an impromptu candlelit meet-up, each sharing what Suga's music had meant in their lives. Tears mingled with laughter as they spoke of how his lyrics once carried them through heartbreak, exams, even grief. "He gave us courage," one participant said. "If he believes in this path, maybe we should too." Back in Seoul, a quiet tension hovered over Big Hit Music's headquarters. Though the label publicly celebrated the buzz, insiders admitted to nerves about potential backlash. "He's operating on instinct," one executive confided. "It's brilliant, but it's a high-wire act. If the song doesn't land, the disappointment will be global." Yet Suga seemed unfazed. 2 nights after the press conference, he slipped into a small underground club in Hongdae known for its experimental sets. No fanfare, no entourage, just Suga in a plain hoodie, listening intently to a young DJ layering Korean panzori vocals over breakbeats. Observers recalled the way he nodded to the rhythm, eyes half closed, as if absorbing every possibility the night could offer. That same evening, a cryptic new message appeared on his social feed: "The universe is wider than fear." The post, liked over 3 million times within hours, felt less like promotion and more like a quiet manifesto. As dawn approached, rumors spread that the single might drop sooner than expected. Music blogs reported an unscheduled maintenance window on a major streaming platform. Fans clung to their headphones, waiting for the moment the world would tilt again. Inside one apartment in Los Angeles, producer and longtime Suga admirer Marcus Leary stayed awake refreshing his playlist. "When artists like Suga break barriers," he said, "they're not just making songs, they're redrawing the map for all of us. This isn't about K-pop anymore. It's about the future of sound." The weight of that expectation pressed heavier with each passing hour. Would the track lean into Suga's intricate rap cadences or his moody, piano-driven production? Would the mysterious partner bring a voice that sliced through the arrangement or a subtle texture that whispered between notes? The uncertainty was intoxicating, and it was clear Suga intended it that way. As the second sunset approached, fans flooded social platforms with art, theories, and heartfelt letters addressed directly to him. Some begged for a clue. Others simply offered gratitude. One message, written in careful Korean and translated by followers around the world, read, "No matter what you create, you have already given us courage. We will listen with open hearts."